Today I am spilling the tea, getting real with you guys on how to attract a high quality masculine man. So if you're looking for love or want to just better understand relationships and attraction, then keep on watching. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Jillz and I talk about things like feminine energy, self-improvement, and wellness for women. So if that's something you want to learn more about, you should definitely hit that red subscribe button below, as well as a notification bell so you don't miss when I put out any new videos. So I want to dive right into this video because I feel like I have a lot to say on the topic, but I do want to preface this and just say that these tips or these pieces of advice, most of them are based off of feminine and masculine energetic principles. I'm not someone who has had a plethora of dating experiences and now has tons of quality insights to share. I met my husband when I was 17 and I got lucky that I found my partner so early on. However, there is a lot to learn from just understanding these energies. And if you can understand these energies, then you can understand a lot about relationships and attraction. And with that said, this video is geared more toward a feminine woman looking to attract in a masculine man, but the energy dynamics in any romantic relationship are always still the same, no matter the gender, no matter the situation. So now let's just dive right in. So first and foremost, before anything else, to attract in a masculine man, you have to be in your feminine energy because this polarity is what creates attraction and that romantic chemistry. The masculine and feminine, they act like a magnet. They are just naturally drawn to one another. By the way, we all have both masculine and feminine energies within us, but there's usually one energy that's much stronger than the other. So for a woman, it's usually, not always, but usually the feminine is much stronger. So if you are a woman who's operating mostly in her masculine energy, then you will naturally attract in the feminine. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this if that's what you want, but if you clicked on this video, that's probably not what you're looking for. But so many women have suppressed their feminine and let their masculine take over, whether that's from chaotic past experiences where they felt unsafe and they had to put their masculine shield up, or from societal conditioning, or for whatever reason. But that disconnect from our feminine, our natural core energy, it leads to unfulfilling romantic relationships or even a lack of relationships in our life. If you've already taken up that masculine spot, then there's no room for that masculine energy to come into your life. This is just how these energies work. So if you want to attract in a masculine partner, you have to be in your feminine. And don't worry, I talk about some of these feminine energy principles throughout the rest of this video, but I also have tons of past videos that you can go and explore to try to help you tap into this side of yourself. So I'll link a helpful playlist up here and also down below if you want to check that out at the end of this video. Now, the next thing that's really important is to have open receiving energy. You have to think about it from the man's perspective for a second. It is not easy to put themselves out there and go up to someone random or even someone that they know and ask them out or show romantic interest. I mean, that is really uncomfortable, and they also face a very strong chance of rejection. And if they're a high quality man, they also don't want to make you feel uncomfortable and they don't want to feel like a creep. So you need to show that you are open and inviting. He will be reading your energy and your body language. So if you energetically open up your heart space, he will feel that. If you have open body language, if you make eye contact and smile, these things show him that it's okay for him to put himself out there and that you're open to allowing his energy in right now. It doesn't mean he's necessarily going to take action on it, but through subtle open receiving energy, you essentially give him the green light to proceed. It's not that you need to encourage him, but a mature, respectful man would love to know that you might possibly be interested and that it's okay coming into your space like that. So if you're hunching and looking down, if you avoid eye contact, if you look really angry, then that's not going to be a very welcoming presence and you're not really going to invite anyone into that energy. So it's not very helpful for you. But you would be amazed at what a little bit of eye contact and a smile can do. So that is a great way to invite a man in, but in general, it's the masculine that initiates and pursues. And a lot of people say, you know, it's modern times. You can just go up and ask him out. You don't have to sit around and wait for him. You can take the lead. You can do it yourself. But honestly, I don't necessarily agree. And here's why. Now, of course, there's nothing inherently wrong or bad about this, but when we talk about masculine and feminine energy dynamics, this puts you into the masculine. And so this means you will energetically attract in the feminine and energetically repel the masculine. And that's obviously not going to be helpful for you if you're looking to have a partnership with a masculine man. Even when I was 17 and knew absolutely nothing about relationships or feminine energy, when I first met my husband, and I know we were still very much kids, when I first met him, he was the one who pursued me. He was the one who initiated almost everything. He was very clear about his feelings. He always wanted to spend time with me. He made it a priority. There was no confusing hot and cold energy. If you want to attract in a masculine man and have a long-standing fulfilling relationship with a masculine man, then especially in the beginning, let the masculine fulfill that masculine role. You can absolutely invite them in like I was saying before. You can say hello, you can chat a bit, but then let the masculine really initiate and pursue, and just let them see if they want to take it from there or not. Now with that said though, this doesn't mean that you should play games with him, toy with him, or make him chase you. There is a big difference between letting him pursue you and making him chase you. One comes from a healthy feminine place, a woman who's connected to her heart, and the other one can be a little bit more manipulative. If you're not interested, don't lead him on even if the attention makes you feel good. It's just a waste of both of your time. So again, you can have open, receiving, inviting energy, but then let him take it from there if he wants to. Yes, you might have less romantic experiences in general if you lean back in this way, but the quality of these experiences will be much higher and much more in line with what you're looking for. Next piece of advice: if you want to attract a high quality masculine man and have a fulfilling relationship, then it is not your job to convince someone to like you. It is not your job to convince someone to spend time with you. You are wasting your precious time and energy, and it's just gonna make you feel like crap. Trust me, a masculine guy who is interested in you and has room for a relationship right now in his life, he will pursue you. He will want to spend time with you, and you won't have to convince him of anything. You have to keep in mind that just because a man isn't interested in you, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. The only thing it means is that he's not the right man for you. And that's totally okay. There is 1000% someone out there that will see the beauty in all of you, and you won't have to convince him of anything. I do believe that yes, you are the prize, but the real truth is that you are not the prize for every single man. You are the prize for the right man. It doesn't matter how good you look or whatever. People are naturally attracted to who they're naturally attracted to, and you can't really do much about it. And I think it's important to respect that too. Point being, stop wasting your time with guys who show little to no interest. As I said in an older video of mine, a feminine woman more than anything wants to be loved and cherished. So wait for the guy who shows you this. Wait for the guy who shows you he cares. Wait for the guy who's clearly interested in you. And again, this will probably lower the quantity of romantic experiences that you have by taking this approach, but the quality will be so much higher. Okay, so let's say you've just met someone and you're trying to get to know one another better. It's important to remember that you don't need to compete with him. You don't need to shove all of your accomplishments and all of your achievements down his throat to feel respected. You don't have to try to one-up him. You don't have to convince him that you're amazing. In a relationship capacity, the masculine and the feminine, they bring different things to a relationship, and they have different priorities. The masculine brings things like protection, providing, grounded energy, guidance, structure, logic and practicality, leadership, and all these things are really important, but the feminine brings different things that are also important. They bring love, compassion, feelings, and a connection to their hearts. They bring the ability to be vulnerable and open up, not just themselves, but those who they're with. They bring nurturing energy, creative and intuitive energy, kindness, and oftentimes they'll bring more of that spiritual guidance. So remember, if you're looking to attract a high-quality masculine man, these feminine qualities will be priorities to him. So if you spend the whole night at dinner talking about your job or your accomplishments or these more masculine tangible things like that, that's fine. Of course, there's nothing bad about this, but he's not getting to know the feminine you. And the real truth is that your accomplishments usually are not as important to him as his accomplishments are to you. And that's because the masculine tends to bring more of the tangible things to a relationship, and the feminine tends to bring more of the intangible. And that's why they work together so well. They are the perfect complementary opposites. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way at all. You should absolutely 100% honor your goals and desires and go after them. You should absolutely be proud of the things that you've done. And whoever you end up with should be proud of you and supportive of those things. And I'm also not saying that you shouldn't talk about them at all or try to hide them. What I'm trying to say is that these things are not top priorities for the masculine. He will be attracted to and wants to know more than anything else. Is she loving? Is she kind? Is she fun to be around? Is she connected to her heart? Does she have the ability to be vulnerable? Is she passionate, etc.? And I'm assuming you are. So don't let your achievements and the more tangible things about you completely take over and disconnect you from the amazing feminine qualities you have as well. Because remember, you don't have to try to prove your worth to him. You're already worthy as you are. You don't have to try to one-up him to gain his respect. Let him see who you are. Let him see your heart. Let him see that amazing, loving side of you, because this is what will truly attract a masculine man in. Also remember that if you want to attract a high quality man into your life, you have to be a high quality woman yourself, because in general, people tend to date on the same level. Do you prioritize yourself and your growth? Do you take care of yourself? Do you consistently strive to be the best version of yourself? Do you care about your health? Do you care about your appearance? Are you confident, or are you at least working on it? Because these things matter. Be honest with yourself and just make sure that you are lovingly focusing on your own growth. This one is very simple, but sometimes a lot of women try to ignore this one because they know that they have some inner work to do. And with that said, you can't deny that taking pride in your appearance, it helps. Men are visual creatures and men appreciate beauty. And also men want to see that you are different from them, and playing up your beauty can help with this. However, while looking good and taking care of yourself can definitely help with attracting in a masculine man, it won't necessarily keep him there. What matters most is who you are as a person, but looking your best can definitely help with that initial attraction. So play up your favorite attributes, embrace your beauty, have good hygiene, you know the drill. And last but not least, you have to be authentic to yourself. It's more than okay to want to put your best foot forward, but still be true to you. Because if you try to be someone you're not, you're gonna end up with someone who's attracted to a made-up version of you, and that's not going to lead to a very fulfilling relationship. Don't hide your favorite hobbies, even if they're weird. Don't say something you don't agree with just to get someone to like you. Don't hide who you are. Own who you are. Because at the end of the day, more than anything else, you want someone who loves who you are and finds all your weird little quirks cute. And just a reminder that if you are attracted to masculine energy, then you are naturally and innately a feminine woman. So being more authentic to you will inevitably bring out your more feminine side. And as you probably know by now, that will help you attract in what you want. Keep in mind that I'm not saying you have to be this or you have to be that. These are just some tips. Feel free to take what you like and take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you got some value from this video, and if you did, please hit that like button below. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And if you did love this video, then you're probably really gonna love this video as well, how to be in your feminine energy in romantic relationships. So I will see you over there, or I will see you next time. Bye guys.